Hey everybody, coming back at you with another video. This is a pickup of sorts, but because it's such a small pickup, I'm going to tell you a story. And you know what, today it's quite warm out, so I've just got back in, and so I'm going to have myself a little drink with my friend. I don't know about you, but are you out there looking for... See, and it sucks because on the cans you get stuff like friend and mom and coach and dad and stuff, or I don't know, those type of things. On the large 2-liter bottles of pop you get stuff like team and I don't know, weird things like that. But if you want your name, it's on those bottle pops. And I don't know about you, but the bottle of pop, once you've actually had it to drink, it doesn't make for much in terms of keeping it around. So those are the only ones I've seen with names on them. Now I've seen online people have the cans with names on them, but I have yet to see any cans that have names on them, just these friend things. So I don't know if they're out there. I haven't found them yet. But are you searching for your name? Has Coke got you searching for your name? Because apparently that's the thing, or Coke wants you to believe that's the thing, that people are searching for their name. I don't know. There's stuff online that I've seen, and people making pictures and stuff of people, you know, meme type stuff and such regarding, you know, searching all over for your name. Now I have found Bob on the bottle of pops, and I drank that. It's close as I've come. I haven't found a Rob or a Robert yet, but whatever. I mean, I'm not specifically searching for it. I'm not going through the thing looking at the names and stuff, because that would just seem really, really weird. And if you do that, I'm sorry, but you look really, really weird. It's just a fact. There's no way to not look. I don't think there. Not if you're literally going through it and searching. I mean, if you just sort of, you know, tip a few bottles and stuff and pick one out, sure, that'd be the nonchalant way of looking for your name. But yeah, I don't know that there's any way you could really look for your name and not have you look like a crazy person. Sorry. But anyways, yeah, so it was hot out, and I was meeting up with a friend today. As you know, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that I'm not the most social of people. I'd consider myself more antisocial, almost hermit-like in a way. Like, I'm up over 200 movies I've watched so far this year, and you don't watch that many movies without not going out. It just doesn't work unless you're going out to see that many movies, in which case you're either a critic, work for the film industry, or you have a lot of money, or maybe you're sneaking in. I don't know. But I do see a lot of movies in the theaters, don't get me wrong, but yeah, most of the stuff is at home, so I'm not the most social of people. So it's always nice to actually meet up with somebody who you get along with, and you know, you have good conversation with, and you actually want to talk to. You know, that's I mean, that's part of my I guess my problem is I generally, you know, even with my good friends, I'll meet up with them, and most of the conversations start off with, hey, how's it going? Good. What's new? Nothing. Where's the conversation supposed to go from there? Nowhere. It doesn't go anywhere. So yeah, meeting up with somebody and actually, you know, wanting to talk to them and having good conversation is or having any conversation in my case is a good thing. So it's always nice to get together with somebody like that. And you know, it doesn't hurt that she's nice to look at, because hey, if you ain't talking, at least you know, well, hopefully they're talking back, and that's why you're not talking. You're not just sitting there staring blankly at each other. Though in this case, you know, if I was staring blankly and she was staring blankly at me, at least there'd be a reason for it, because obviously, you know I'm amazingly good, gorgeous, and good looking. But you know, it at least goes both ways in this case. So, you know, I could see why we would just stare blankly at each other, because clearly we're admiring the view. But anyways, she's not from around this area, so we were meeting up to actually go to this festival up the street from me, which, yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that was my bad. I saw these signs saying, you know, festival, blah, blah, blah. and it was just up the street from me. So I was like, hey, you know, let's get together and let's go to this festival. And she was like, yeah, sure, that sounds like fun. And we got there, and we took 3 minutes to walk around it, and we were like, okay, yeah, we're done here. And that was it. But anyways, yeah, like I was saying, she's not from around here, so we were meeting up at a Toys R Us on the outskirts of town, and you know, we were going to meet up there and rendezvous there, and then I was going to drive because I know the area and go from there. But yeah, so she got there before I did. Another side story, on the way there, because I wanted to bypass this festival, I sort of went a roundabout way, and I had stopped at these set of lights, and out of nowhere, this older lady, not born in Canada, clearly, judging by her accent and her grasp of the English language, you know, motions to me. I have my windows down, so I turn off my radio, and I think I figured she was going to be asking for directions. But no, she literally asked me if I could drive her a few blocks up the street, because that's the way I was going. And I was like, well, sure, yeah, I'm going that way. Not a problem. I'm a nice guy. Why not, right? And so she gets in my car, and she wants to go up to, well, she wanted to go as far as I was willing to go. She was actually going to a mall, which happened to be not where I'm going, but on the way. So I was like, not a problem, I'll drop you off at the mall. So I was a little bit later getting to the destination where we were meeting than I wanted to be. Not that I was late, but you know, it just, I wanted to be a good 15 minutes earlier than I was going to be, but because of all this this thing, detour, whatever, added some time. But anyway, she ended up at the Toys R Us before I was, so she went inside instead of waiting out in this heat. And so she went inside, she started shopping and was buying stuff. And eventually I found her and met up with her, but and then we left because you know, she didn't want to spend any more money. She's like, get me out of here. If I stay here any longer, I'm gonna buy more stuff. And I was like, all right, let's go. So I didn't get to look around. So after we parted ways and she went home, I decided, you know what, there was a lot of stuff on clearance and such, so I'm gonna take a look around. And so, you know, she left in her car, and I went into the Toys R Us, and one of the things I was looking for was the Simpsons Lego. As you recall in a previous video, I had purchased a whole bunch of the blind bags with the Simpsons Lego in, and I was like, well, you know what, since I'm here, let's go check and see if they have any more. They didn't have any more, even though they had boxes and boxes and boxes of these things when I went in. That was months ago, right? So I'm guessing they sold out of everything. They didn't restock or anything like that. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I still looked around, but I didn't buy anything there. So I left Toys R Us. I was tempted to buy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because the movies just come out, and so there was a deal: buy one turtle thing 20% off, buy two get it 25% off, buy three get 3 or more, get it for 30% off. And so I was like tempted. Had they had the old school stuff that had just come out, I probably would have picked up whatever they had, essentially. But they didn't, so whatever. For another day, I'll get something else. So, yeah, nothing at Toys R Us. But I was still thinking about this Simpsons Lego. And on the way back home, I passed by a Target. So, I decided to head into the Target, or Le Target in French. And I looked around. First I hit up, of course, the movies. And oddly enough, normally the Targets up here, they don't have a lot in terms of good pricing. The only thing that if I had seen it there, I probably would have picked up is, I think it's called Upside Down, the Romeo and Juliet story about the two planets that are, you know, reverse gravity and, you know, whatever. Because they've had it at the 3D copy for $15 when I've been into it previously, other Targets and such. So had they still had it, I probably would have picked up, because that's the cheapest I've seen it anywhere. And it's a movie I want to see. Whether it's one I want to own, I don't know, but $15 for a 3D movie, I'm willing to, whatever, take that chance that it's at least okay. And I looked through there, they didn't have that, but they did have some $10 titles. Though, I mean, in the States, you're used to Target having at least some deals and stuff like that. Up here, not so much. But they had titles that I actually kind of wanted, and at $10. Like Expendables 1 and 2, both there, $10 each. Of course, when it's titles like that, I keep thinking Black Friday, you know, Boxing Day. I wouldn't be surprised if those things were, you know, $5 or something. Big releases. You gotta save up the money for the big sales, right? And so walked around, passed up that, walked around the toy section, looked around the Lego portions, didn't see anything. Was almost about to give up on Target when, on a wing panel by the Monster High dolls, I found Simpsons Lego. Now, I could have gone through everything and been, you know, feeling to see who was who and what was what. But honestly, they didn't have a lot that was there, and of what they had, there was quite a few of them that had been opened or, you know, or taped back up and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, sketchy. So essentially, I looked through it and I just tried to find ones that had different bump codes. I don't think they really work. And so I picked up another 5. So, yeah, I don't know who's in these. I don't have any idea. Well, they're blind bags. I like to keep it that way in a sense, you know. I'm pretty sure I've got Itchy and Scratchy already. For those who don't know, I didn't open the ones that I bought last time. I still haven't opened them. That's for another project. If you're wondering what these ones are, you're gonna have to wait, just like me, because I'm not opening them. They're going into the other project that I'm working on. That's the video for today. It was a really good day. Really good day. It's still early. It's 5 o'clock. I would say normally I would make food, but I didn't eat that long ago, so yeah, it's gonna be a late dinner, I think. But sun is shining. I think I'm gonna watch a movie and do some work. Probably upload this video. I think I'll get this up online. I think I have 2 or 3 videos that are still to go. Plus I have the Comic Corner for July that I have to upload. But anyways, guys, I have kept you long enough, so I will let you go with this. Take care. Have a good one.